have skincare reaction videos. I will leave the socials in the description box.
Hey guys, so yes, I was just watching Hiram reacting to skincare routines because that's what I like to do with my life. Anyway, hi guys. I can't even hide the title of this video. I was gonna say the title of this title, which brain's not working. I can't hide the title of this video. I titled it like that so you know what you're getting yourself into. But I'm gonna be doing my makeup because I don't like, my chair keeps on slipping away. I don't want to make this more serious than it is because then it makes it look like I'm like, I don't know, it makes it more serious than it needs to be. That's why I'm doing my makeup, because I feel like when I do my makeup, stuff just seems a little more like trivial, you know? And I don't want this to be a big deal, but what I do want this to be is not just me talking at you and then going, okay, well, subscribe, like, and comment. I want this to be, sorry, I'm trying to adjust my mirror, but I think like a screw's loose in it, so it doesn't want to stay up anymore. I want this to be a lesson for people that life can come at you very, very fast, and you kind of just have to make snapshot decisions in the moment, and you will find out later on if the decision you made is right or wrong. But I think if you don't take any risks in life, you're never going to achieve the things you want to achieve. So knowing that, let's get into the video. Let's do a nice, simple get ready with me. You're going to see this jumper a lot because I've been filming a lot of videos. I bought these little pink, you know, the beauty gurus have those like the thingies that don't leave a dent in your hair, but you can like use them to pull your hair back so you can do your, so cute. These bring me back to when I was like in nursery and my mum would put clips in my hair and she'd push it so far into my head, she'd be like, because it wouldn't work. My poor soft scalp. I have my skincare done. My skincare video is going to come out probably after this one, but it's going to be really fun and fresh because I know that's what you guys wanted to see. I have done notes because every time I thought about making this video, I came up with really like interesting, insightful things to say, and then I would forget them. Do you ever get, with YouTube, it's so difficult because you sometimes think of like the greatest thing to do or say in a situation and you don't write it down there and then, and you're doing something else and you come back to it and you're like, what was it that I wanted to say? And then you go film the video, you don't say the thing you wanted to say, and then whilst you're editing, you're like, I was supposed to say this one thing. So I don't want this to be the case with this video because I want this to just be like a one-off video topic done. If anyone asks about this, I'll just link them to this video and be like, this is what I'm doing. Why I dropped out of law school. I have four different like categories of things I want to talk about. I'm going to start with the basics because I think basics are where you need to start. Also, I'm going to put all the products I use in the description because I can't be asked to mid-conversation go, and now I'm going to use the coconut skin smoothie priming moisturizer. Like I just want to kind of talk and do my makeup, so you guys will see everything you need to see in the description. So the basics. I was doing just a regular law degree in England. I, as of filming this video, would have been coming up to the end of my year 2 of uni. So the big difference is in the UK, it's a lot technically easier to get a law degree than it is in America. In America, it's like a big 8-year process where you do a degree and then you go to law school to like do law. I believe that's how it works in America. So it ends up being like an 8-year process instead of a 3-year process. I wanted to just become a corporate lawyer, just, you know, just work in a big corporation or a big law firm, center of London kind of a thing. Or I wanted to do finance because you can actually do a law degree and then do like an MBA course for a year and then do banking or hedge funds or just stuff like that. Which all sounds so exciting, doesn't it? I can't do my chin and talk at the same time. When you think of those degrees, you think money. You don't think excitement. You don't really think like, oh, this is going to be like a fun time. You think this is going to be a lot of money for a lot of work. So I spoke to someone who, when I was going into year 2, they were graduating from uni and going to do their training. They actually got a really, really good job offer. It was in like a big law firm, you know, as you do, as you kind of want. Like that was basically what I wanted to do. So I was like super happy for them. Then I find out that they are not miserable, but like, you know, it's not everything it's made to be. There are very, very long hours to the point where I'm wondering if it's even legal because they're working crazy hours. They're also working pretty much every day. If there's some kind of a like project coming up that they're working on, they're working pretty much 7 days a week and then maybe getting like a few hours in between days to sleep. Before I get further, I feel like I always treat this channel as if like everyone on this channel knows of my main channel, but there could be people that don't know I have a main channel. If you think I'm insane enough to drop out of uni with 3 videos currently on my channel. That's wild. I have a main channel. I'll obviously leave it in the description as I usually do. It is a channel with just over 1 million, just over 500,000 subs. I make kind of tea, drama, news, what's happening on the internet style videos, and I get about, I don't know, like 5 to 7 million views a month. The way YouTubers make money, just in case you guys didn't know, is through AdSense mainly. At least that's how I make most of my money, it's through AdSense. You have a CPM, which is how much you make per 1,000 views, and then you can roughly judge how much you're gonna make for the whole month. My CPM is pretty good. I don't really have anything to complain about. My videos usually don't get demonetized. Every now and then I'll complain about it, or there'll be like a period of time which is slightly more rough than other periods. Maybe just more controversial things are happening, I don't know. But usually I'm fine. Like, I'm not one of those YouTubers that gets kind of like screwed a lot of the time, which is helpful with all of this, because maybe I'd have made a different decision if that was me being screwed by the monetization system. So yeah, that's kind of like, I make a good living, not just for a 20-year-old, but just in general. I make a good living from doing something I really enjoy doing. Those are all the basics, which is like what I was going into, what I'm doing now, and why I decided to drop out of one and pursue the other. I refuse to not have a social life. I respect the people that did that law degree and went into those corporate jobs and are working those 15-hour days. I have nothing but the utmost respect for these people, because oh my god, I could never. I love hanging out with people. I love going out to restaurants. I love, you know, just living my best 20-year-old life. I don't believe that as a 21-year-old you should be forced to work 15-hour days 7 days a week. I just don't. I think your 20s, you're never gonna get your 20s back. And I think 20s are like the most fun part of your life. It's like you're an adult, so you can do adult things, but you're not adult enough to have responsibilities. Like, you don't have a family to take care of, you have kids that are waiting to be fed. Like, it's the perfect in between of like, you can actually go out and like go to restaurants, get into clubs, drink, whatever you want to do, whatever's your prerogative. You don't have to listen to your parents technically. I don't know what your setup is like, but you're also not adult enough to like, you know, have to stay at home and take care of your kids. I don't know, it's just such a fun setup, and I would hate to miss out on that because I'm trying to like go up in ranks in some kind of a corporation that doesn't care about me and will drop me in a split second. When I was debating leaving uni, I spoke to a different YouTuber, and she had told me that she had a situation where a family member had lost their job, and they had been working in that corporation for ages because they just wanted new people, and they just wanted, you know, younger, fresher, cheaper labor. And she said to me, you know, just because you have a degree or you're working in a proper job, like a normal job, doesn't mean you're going to stick around there. The company could go bankrupt. I recently, even once I dropped out, I was still getting emails from my uni, and they were doing placement years, which is you have to like apply to different internships. I guess it's like internships, and for a year you're going to be an intern at a law firm. And actually, last minute, one of the firms dropped out because they shut down. I'm assuming they went bankrupt. And that's insane to me that they didn't know that this would happen, and within like literally 2 months they had to shut down all operation and people couldn't do their placement years anymore. Like, anything can happen really, you know? So she had kind of put my mind at ease. So that's kind of where I was going with this. It's just like, I don't think I would be okay with living that kind of a life. I know many people are willing to make the sacrifices in their 20s so they can live a better life in their 30s and 40s. But I think I want to have a balance of both. Like, I don't want to have to sacrifice a decade of my life so that the future decades are good. I just want to have good decades as a whole. I won't have like a big drastic difference of like decades, great decades. I can just have good decades all along, you know? I hope I'm making sense. I hope this isn't coming off as kind of like stupid, because I don't want to come across as stupid. So anyway, I was listening to a lot of people. I was talking to people that were doing degrees, that had already done a degree, that never did a degree, and I was getting a lot of just answers that were going, you know, you have a good thing going for you. I suggest you give it a go. The thing is, I couldn't put my all into both a law degree, which is actually in the UK the most difficult degree to get a first class in, which is the highest grade you can get. It's basically like getting an A. 10% more med students get a first class than law students. I think the statistics are something like 14%, 1/4 of law students will get a first class, whereas about 24 to 27% of med students will get a first class. When I read that, I was like, there is no way I'm going to get a first class, because how am I smarter than a med student, you know? And yeah, it's just very difficult. It's a very difficult degree that you have to put like 100%, 150% into. Like, most people can't even handle having a part-time job while doing a law degree. That's how intense it is. And I was doing pretty much a full-time job at that point, and a full-time job that was paying me really well, and it was bringing me a lot of joy just other than payment. Obviously, money is important, whether people like to admit it or not. Money runs the world right now, and if you can't afford your rent and bills, then you're not going to be happy, right? Because you're struggling. So I was making a good living. I was really enjoying my job. It was bringing me so much joy. And then I had this law degree that was like looming on me because I was like, I have to get this done. But I love this thing so much more. And it's actually my job now. Like, this is my job. This is something I would prefer to as my full-time career. And then there's this thing that I kind of have to do but don't really want to. So I was thinking about like 10% effort into this degree. I, at some point, just decided I'm dropping out. I was like, yep, this is not something that I'm putting effort into. I just don't think it's worth it for me to spend 10,000 a year doing nothing and basically failing. Because it's not like I don't understand the subject. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing or that I can't write a good essay. It's just that I wasn't putting effort into it. And I knew that I wasn't. Because of how YouTube went, in my second year, I didn't get a tuition loan. Like, you can get a loan in the UK that you have to pay back, and they basically pay for your law degree and then you pay them back later on. Oh my God, there was some kind of a moth flying. And then you pay them later on from your salary, like a small percentage of your salary. And because of how YouTube was going, I decided I didn't want to be in debt anymore. So I just decided to pay uni out of pocket. Because I think you're in uni for basically only like 6 months overall, because you have a lot of breaks. So I was paying 1,500 every month for a degree that I knew that, one, I wasn't really doing well in because I wasn't trying, because I had other things that were keeping me busy. And then two, I wasn't going to use it once I left uni, because I was hoping, and I'm still hoping, that YouTube is still going to be a thing for me in a year's time. I'm not saying this is going to be a permanent thing, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later on. But I'm hoping that this can propel me into other opportunities. So I decided to email them. They spoke to me about everything. We discussed everything. I told them, you know, that I was just working and stuff. And they were like, okay, cool, great. You're out now. Have fun. Bye. And I left. And it was almost as if a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. And I never realized how bad all of that was for my mental health until I had dropped out. And I'm going to talk about that because that's the next point that I was supposed to get into. The basics took a long time. I'm sorry. It's just, I feel like if I don't explain it well now, I'm going to have a lot of questions and then I'm going to have to answer them again. And then I feel like it's just going to be like an ongoing topic. So if I cover it all now, everyone can kind of get like a broad image of my life, I guess. So mental health. I'd say my hyper anxiety started somewhere around A-level time, which is like the final exams you do to know if you're getting into uni. And oh my God, my anxiety levels. Oh, I was so stressed out. I was studying for about 15 hours a day every day. And then I got to my exams and I didn't do as well as I wanted to. And I think it was just purely down to stress. I knew the content. I knew it inside out, upside down, sideways, from every angle, diagonally, horizontally, and vertically. Like, I knew this content. You could wake me up at 2 a.m. and I would recite all the studies in psychology. And then I get to the exam and I'm just struggling. I'm waffling. I'm like, I don't know what I'm writing about. And I think I was just super stressed out because I'm such a perfectionist. I had put so much effort into studying for those exams that like I put so much pressure on myself as well. So I got really stressed out. And then I didn't do as well in my exams, so I had to settle for a worse uni that I wanted than the ones that I wanted to go to. It wasn't a bad uni, it was just not the uni that I wanted to go to. And then, yeah, I think my mental health just started deteriorating from there. I think I overthink everything as well. And YouTube's very fun in the way that you're not overthinking it because the results are immediate. With an exam or coursework, you submit it and then you have to wait like 3 months to get the results back. Or with exams, you have to wait, you know, from when you do them in May all the way until September to get your results. It's a lot of stress. It's so much stress. You're studying all year. Well, you're studying for 3 years straight to then find out what grade you have, what grade you're leaving to go to work. With YouTube, you upload a video, within seconds you see if it's doing well, if it's getting pushed out, if the comments are good, what the like to dislike ratio is like. It's just more immediate, so there's a lot less stress and a lot less of the unknown. Overall, like I said, it is the most difficult subject to get a first class in, and it's also one of the most competitive subjects as a degree now. There are a lot of people getting law degrees and there are not a lot of law positions. So people are competitive literally from the moment they step foot into a university. Law students will let you know that they are law students because we are in constant competition with each other. Because the moment we leave that university, there are about like, I can't even guess how many people there are per position in a corporate environment, but there are a lot. I know so many people, even my mom has like met people, so many people that have law degrees and are not doing anything even remotely related to law because they just could not find a law job. So that was kind of like the logistics of doing it. And then to get more into like the emotional side of things, halfway through my degree, which is basically where I dropped out, I kind of dropped out about like halfway through my degree, I started debating. And I know a lot of students go through this while doing a degree. I know my friends that are still doing that same law degree, we were all in the same uni and we were all doing the same degree. They recently came to me and they were like, this was the first time where I thought, is this even something I want to do anymore? Like, do I even want to be a lawyer? Is this all worth it? Why am I just doing this all for the fun of it, like, and then not get a job later on? They're all just debating whether this is something that they want to do, and it's just such a difficult and straining and draining degree that to then have to doubt yourself throughout it is just, it doesn't help with the mental health at all. I'm not saying don't do a law degree. I think it's so rewarding. A law degree is so rewarding, but I don't think I'm mentally strong enough to go through all of that and then not even get a law job. Halfway through I was like, do I even want to do this anymore? And then the more I thought of that, the more I was like, am I just wasting money and time and effort that I could be putting into something that I actually enjoy doing? Yes. The third subsection that I have, 3rd out of 4, is longevity. I know the big topic on YouTube is whenever someone drops out of uni or drops out of their job that they're doing, there is this big, like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? What if YouTube dies next year? First of all, I think YouTube is not what it was in 2012 anymore. I think YouTube has, 1, a lot more longevity, but there's 2, a lot more opportunities as well. There are a lot more brand deals. There are a lot more ways to make money quickly. So you can make a lot more money in a short period of time and then use that to invest somewhere else once YouTube dies, quote unquote. I think I came to all of these conclusions while watching a lot of like financial channels, mainly, oh my god, there is this lifestyle beauty YouTuber called Patricia Bright. She is, oh my god, stunning inside and out, just want to say that. And she recently started a finance second channel where she talks about how she dropped her corporate finance career for her YouTube channel. And now she has her second channel where she talks about her finances and the stuff that she's used the YouTube money to invest in, like properties and stocks. And I was like, this is so inspiring. She literally did basically what I did, except she did a finance degree, I'm assuming, like to do finance or economics, and she went into corporate finance, and then I was doing a law degree to either go into finance or corporate law. Same position, except she actually got further. She actually got to the job, and then she dropped out, whereas I'm just at uni. But essentially it was like a similar thing, and I just saw myself in her, I guess, a little bit, and I was like, if she took that big step to leave her job, a corporate job, which usually pays really well, whatever, to do YouTube, then I can definitely drop out of uni. That I can always come back to and pursue this, right? And that's another point I was going to get into, which is longevity. When I was in my law degree, I saw a lot of people that were my parents' age and older doing law degrees. They had already, they probably have had kids and lived a good chunk of their life, and then they went and did a law degree just because they felt like it. Then I kind of spoke to my mom about it, and I said to her, YouTube is basically sheer luck. It's just if your video gets pushed out, if you upload the right video at the right time, and YouTube, the algorithm decides to push out at this exact moment, it's all luck. I'm not saying there's no like hard work that goes into it. The beginnings are basically luck. And I got lucky enough. I had the 1 in a million chance of reaching 500,000 subs and still growing and still getting good views. Whereas a law degree isn't something that is luck. It's just you get grades, you apply for unis, you get into a uni, you go to a uni, you study, you get grades, you graduate, and then you try and find a job. It seemed very like streamlined, like, oh, this is what you're gonna do. That's why if you get an opportunity on YouTube now, you technically should take it because it's probably not gonna happen again. I can't go on my second channel and be like, can you guys give me 2 years and wait for me to come back, and then I'll stop uploading videos again? Because at that point, there's different trends, different things that interest people. People are bored, people forget about you and they leave. Right, with uni, I can do my YouTube for the next 2-3 years, however long, 10 years, 2 years, a year, 6 months, a month, and then I can just reapply to unis again. And if I want to go to a uni again in X amount of time, I can. Uni will never run away from you, whereas a YouTube career will. YouTube is very sudden. It's like, you got this opportunity, make the most of it. With uni, I can just apply whenever I want and just go back to uni at any point I want. And maybe at that point I will pick a different degree. I don't know that, because I don't know if law is something that I want to do anymore. And I also and that's mainly why I didn't want to spend that money anymore and waste the time on a degree that I didn't actually know that I was passionate in anymore. I think careers seem super interesting until you're studying for them, and then you realize that it's not as fun as everyone made it out to be. My last point, opportunity. Like I said, YouTube is sheer luck. You either make it or you don't. The algorithm either picks your video up or it doesn't. And when it does, you got to make the most of it. And this is a conversation that I'm having with my 8 to 15-year-old self. You're where you wanted to be, young lady. I wanted to be a YouTuber since I started watching Shane Dawson, Smosh. When people used to make those like favorites videos where they would just... People still make those videos, but that's when they started. They started in like 2010-ish. Like those, oh, here's my favorite lipstick from Matt. My parents would shout at me all the time for doing nothing but watching YouTube videos. They were like, how can you sit there and do nothing but watch YouTube videos? And I was like, this is so interesting. These people, they're my friends. And I wanted desperately to be a YouTuber. I really, really did. And then when I was, I think probably was like year 8, year 9, year 8, I think. So in year 8, I must have been 12, 13. When I was about 12, 13, I started a channel. It was supposed to be like a lifestyle, Zoella style channel where I was gonna just do, you know, like makeup and stuff that I'm doing now. I think I was on like 100 subs. I was having the time of my life. I was just, you know, chilling, vibing. And people in my school found out about my channel, and 2012 was such a different time. And they made fun of me for like literally the rest of my secondary school life. They just made fun of me. And at some point I deleted the channel because I was very humiliated. So I deleted it. And then my dreams completely shattered because I was like, I'm not going to be a YouTuber anymore because my friends are making fun of me. Friends, they're not your friends, f them. Then I filmed my first video on this channel on my, why am I shaking? Am I gonna cry? Ew. I filmed my first video on this channel on the day of my last A-level exam. So it was the last exam I did to apply for unis. And I came back from that exam, I came home and I sat down and I filmed, I believe it was the Ryan Franklin video. Then I uploaded another video, and then I uploaded my third video, which is the one that blew up, and it got me to like 15k subs, I think. And then I was just doing videos after videos. And I think a month after that I was on 50k subs, and then a month after that I was on 100k subs. My growth at the start was something that I will never, oh my god, I will never understand why YouTube gave me that chance. And yeah, so I think this video for my 8 to 12, 13-year-old self, 15-year-old self, that, you know, the thing you really wanted to do, you can actually do. Because I think I went down the lawyer path because everyone, and I mean everyone, makes it seem like a creative job never pays well. It's impossible to get into, and that it's just not as respectable as doing a degree, as doing a more like logical job. Like, be a lawyer, be a banker, be a doctor. People always make it seem like people that do more artsy jobs, their jobs are so much more mocked and less respected than their like logical counterparts. Obviously YouTube was always like the secret dream, but I just went with the logical choice of going to uni and doing a degree and hopefully having a well-paid job and being able to get a mortgage and get a house and then have kids and then, you know, get married and die. Then I got this opportunity to basically do what my childhood self dreamed to do. When the opportunity came at me, I was constantly debating whether I should continue doing uni or not, or whether it was something I wanted to do. I think this isn't like a permanent dropping out. I don't want this to be like a message of don't go to uni and become a YouTuber, because I think that's super irresponsible of me to say, because I want this to be very clear that I wouldn't have dropped out until my channel was successful, which is exactly what I did. I think if you've got a good thing going for you in your degree and you enjoy your degree, then please, please, please stay on. Please do it. But if you feel like you're doing a degree that you're not passionate about and that you don't see yourself in that career, take a break. You are probably, if you're at uni at like a normal uni age, you're probably 19, 20 or 21. If you make a risk now and take a gap year, I promise you your life will not fall apart. Your life will not be ruined. You have all the time in the world. When I calculated it, at my age of, 20, I'm only about a quarter of my life in. At a quarter of my life, I should be making risks. I should be doing the things that make me happy and not setting myself up for a life that I hate. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And that's basically what I want this message to be. I don't want this to be a message of uni bad, education bad, because I always believed in education. I always believe that an education is something that no one can take away from you. You can have an education outside of the classroom. You can educate yourself at any point of your life. You don't need a degree to educate yourself, unless you need your degree to do your job, then yes. Like for example, a lawyer, you need a degree to be a lawyer. I just don't want anyone to think that I'm like promoting this anti-degree movement, because I love degrees. I love uni. I love the idea of uni, but just uni didn't love the idea of me, clearly, because it just didn't work out with us. I think if you've got a good thing going and you really enjoy your degree, then please continue doing it. But it just was not something that I was enjoying. And I think life is, as much as I said, I'm only a quarter of my way into my life, but life is too short to do things you're not enjoying and to give up on things that you truly love. And I love YouTube. I loved it since I was literally 8 years old. And yeah, that's the story of why I dropped out of uni. It's very anticlimactic, but I just thought I owed you guys that much. I didn't want to keep on lying to you, and I wasn't lying to you. I was just finalizing all the papers, because it took, from me dropping out in December. It took until I think the end of February for them to completely like get me out of the system. So until everything was finalized, I didn't want to say anything, and then I needed like a month to process, not whether I made the right decision, but to process pros, the cons, why I did what I did, what did I do, and so I could put it into one cohesive video. And I've been planning this video for ages, just talking to different YouTubers, talking to different people with degrees, talking to different people with law degrees, with different degrees, talking to people without degrees, talking to just people in different walks of life. I was just trying to get like a cohesive, well-informed, hopefully interesting but still important educational video for you guys that you could listen to. And if you're going through a similar thing as me, well, maybe not you trying to be a YouTuber, but just anything, you know, if you're not enjoying your degree, you can change it. I hate the idea that you have to do just what's expected of you to be successful. I think success is a very subjective thing. For some people it's money, for some people it's fame, for some people it's position, power, for some people it's family and friends and love. And I think don't let other people's idea of success be your idea of success, I guess is what I'm saying. And my idea of success is this: doing what I love and doing what I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid. That's my idea of success. And I think it took me a while to get to this stage of not idolizing degrees, because I used to be that person. Whereas now I think of things as, how much does this enrich my life? And if it doesn't, then it's got to go. And that's with things, people, situations. If it doesn't enrich my life, it's got to go. If it doesn't make me happy, it's got to go. And this just wasn't making me happy anymore, so it had to go. Anyway, let's finish this makeup off. Okay, I'm not at uni anymore. I'm not a law student. I might be in the future, who knows? Maybe at some point in time, I decide to go be a law student again, or I'll decide to be a finance student. I can do anything because I'm only 20 and my whole life is still ahead of me, and I can make decisions now, whether they're good or bad, and learn from them, because that's what life's about. And I just refuse at this point to do things that don't make me happy. And that's why I want you guys to take away from this video, is don't do things that don't make you happy, but also don't let people make you stop doing things that really made you happy, because YouTube really made me happy back then, and that was shattered. Thanks guys. And now here I am again. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything, comment down below, and subscribe, because I post videos every time I really want to. So hit that button, you will notify when that's happening. Social media links and main channel in description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.